Well, we just watched episode 2 of season 2 of Gotham called Knock Knock. So what did we learn? Well, we learned that crime is best planned over breakfast, which I think that's fair. Bacon, eggs, orange juice, get some mind working. I like it. What else did we learn? Well, we learned that if you want to know what Bruce's line is and where not to cross it, just smash his Xbox. That's what Alfred smashed, right? It was his Xbox? That's what I thought it was. I don't know. Kids today. And lastly, what did we learn? Let's see. A little thing from Ed Nigma. Houseflies hum in the key of F. So that's interesting. Huh. Well, I'm Chad Perkins, and you're watching the first ever live version of After Gotham. Please welcome to the red couch of Season 2's from the In the Comics Dead Edition. He is David Cottingham at dcottingham21 on the tweet machines. And from... I'm not supposed to say Star Wars. You're just going by TCG now. From the TCG podcast and video cast, he is Cory at KooMasterKoo on Twitter.
I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy.
I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just sweat like you don't want to do.
We are live. We
Madman.
are live.
It's a little hotter in here.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
You changed lights on us.
Yes. We
Yes.
changed things up. We've rearranged the set a little bit. We have a rug now.
Oh, we do have
We
a
do have a
rug.
rug. We have some pictures.
We got some pictures.
Some
we have
some
bourbon.
pictures. Speaking of that,
We're doing it up. We're doing it up.
Where's
Oh, well.
we were having 2 straw. We were gonna.
Yeah, with,
okay.
sorry about that. Sorry about that. Gentlemen, episode 2 of Gotham. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Who's there?
Look. All right.
First impressions, David Cottingham. Go.
Does your mother sew? Get her to sew that. Sorry.
What did you
I
think?
love that part.
Apparently, this is what happens when you go live. You slip into some walking. I'm going to go with it. I love it. First impressions.
Wow. No cutting it here, huh?
No.
Jerome never scared
Okay.
me.
First impressions is was the best episode of Gotham I think we've
Period.
ever seen. Period.
Pretty
Uh,
top 2.
Right.
No, to me it was awesome. It was exactly what I hoped to see in season 1 at some point. By far, there wasn't a boring scene in this entire episode, and everything you want to see out of acting, out of writing, out of terror, whatever these villains that of Batman can do. That was pretty good. And you said it, I think. This Jerome guy, man, he's stealing the show.
Yeah.
He is stealing the show.
More on that later. Cory Cooley.
Insert foot in mouth about that. I said it. It felt like after every commercial break, I just felt either I said it or I thought this is a completely different show, man. This is everything that I wanted it to be. Not necessarily the first one was a complete let. It was excuse me. It's boom, 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 boom instead of like boom, break, boom, maybe a little bit at the end. You know what I mean? Like in terms of events. But first impression, just wow, absolutely wow. Jerome, like I said last episode, kind of suspending your prior knowledge of everything, kind of letting go of that, which I think is a lot easier to do this season. I don't know if it's because we're warmed up from last season, but I forget all about that when I'm watching these guys, man. They're doing acting, even the shots. There were shots in it like when Gordon was like up against the wall and when he just got beat up and that gets falling up from that low. I don't remember seeing anything that, artistic maybe. Just that cool, that shot, from first season period. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk obviously a lot about Jerome in this episode since he was back in a big way and he has been since the beginning of this season. But I want to talk to you guys first, believe it or not, about Barbara. Now, I know she wasn't maybe our most favorite. Look at Dave's face. Which wasn't maybe our most favorite topic in season 1, but she is completely taken a different turn in this one, so I want to get your all's take on it, because all of a sudden she's a criminal. I mean, I know she did kill her parents in the previous season, but now she's like, she wants to know when her time is, like, to be this big criminal, and she's, you know, using the whip and all this stuff. What's your take on Barbara now?
Again, I think I said this last week. I wish she wasn't Barbara Keene. Like, I actually liked her character a lot in this episode. I think it was more, she was, I mean, she even actually said it. She seemed more sure of herself and just embraced being a villain, I guess, or going down this path. So, again, I'm actually good with it. I just don't see how they can ever go back. I really don't see how they can ever go back to being Gordon and Barbara, you know, together. Which, you know, they took a turn in this episode, which we'll probably talk about, that I think kind of, you know, again, it separates itself from the mythos anyway already. So obviously, she doesn't have to be his wife eventually. Mm-hmm. Could be somebody else, whatever. But I actually didn't mind her this episode, for real.
Yeah, Cory, how are you feeling about the new Barbara?
I mean, it is weird. I mean, it almost seems she had a kind of a Michelle Pfeiffer-ish, like, look at one point. It's like Kristen Curley. I don't know. I just was reminded her of her during. I think it was the scene where she walked into the police department first, and it just was just like, wow, it's like a sexy bad guy. And I don't know why. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Well, you know, people are commenting that she kind of resembled Harley a little bit because she had the red gloves, the blonde
I noticed the red gloves.
You know, people are like, is she going down the Harley Quinn route? And think about it, that big kiss she put on with
right.
I mean,
yeah.
that right there, that was different, either directing or writing. I don't know. That was just really good. There's really good parts of that episode. That
I was thinking, I was like, she's going to kiss and get blood on his mouth. She did. I was like, that's cool.
That's great.
That's the type of thing that I felt like I would think that first season and it not happen, and it happened now, and it's awesome.
That's right.
Maybe she could be some kind of pre-Harley Quinn to get Jerome, like, ooh, I need to find a new girl, or maybe she could be some kind of, like, you know what I mean, like inspiration.
Yeah.
And then maybe he find her later on. Obviously, I don't think we'll ever see that. I don't think
Never say never on
Never say never.
Gotham.
Never say never.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about the Maniacs? I guess...
The Animaniacs.
Well, there's baloney in their pants. More on that later.
Yeah.
No, so Maniacs, obviously we know what they would call their band if they made one. Except Jerome keeps killing members. So there goes a bass player, there goes a drummer.
That guy, though.
Yeah. But this little standoff that Jerome had with Greenwood, you know, playing Russian roulette. Do you think Jerome is going over the top at all? Do you think he should kind of ease into this craziness if he really is the Joker? And yes, we do still say that on this show. Is he really the Joker? Because we've explained ourselves. But how are you feeling about his, yep, I'm crazy.
If you're going to jump, might as well dive. Okay?
I totally agree.
If you're going to be a bear, might as well be a grizzly bear. Am I right? That's exactly what this guy's doing.
Am I right or am I right?
Am I right?
All right.
No, but yeah, so I mean, he's going for it. And should I think should he ease in? I mean, he's not easing into it, but it is my opinion. I think the kid's doing an amazing job. And he's taking, through my love for, like, just the Joker and seeing portrayals of Joker has kind of washed away my, I maybe would say, anger of them trying to do it on the show, but I'm glad I've let that kind of go a little bit, and I'm enjoying watching him do this. I really am. I'm enjoying this different rendition of Batman's story. I guess technically it's the villain's story, but it's still Batman's story.
Rise of the Villains. I mean, I definitely see a lot of the previous Jokers in his performance.
A lot of lines,
are you picking up
on
one tone more than the other?
I think there's a lot of Heath Ledger in this. You know, the way he's using the camera that we've seen a couple times. The way he talks to people and his confidence, I think, was very much, and then that part where Ensign was saying you're crazy, and he's like,
Yeah.
not crazy,
No.
and he's not. That's the
Right.
beauty of the Joker. He is not crazy, and normally you don't know who he is, you don't know anything about his name or where he's from, but which I'm still not sold that I can be sold that is the Joker, eventual Joker. I'm not completely sold that is actually his true past, because we don't really know. We do not really know. I mean, it's possible that those weren't really his parents.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. You're here first.
Because he could have been
saying.
adopted, and they could have gave him that name.
Did you guys?
So
Right.
he doesn't really know who he is. I mean, I don't know. It could be anything, but
Did you guys catch the ladies and gentlemen? And,
Yes.
oh
and,
yeah, yep.
There was one other one.
Gentlemen.
There was one other one. I can't remember what it was.
Well,
if
he
it escaped my head. There
on the
was one, like,
camera,
one-liner.
and then all of a sudden he, look at me,
Yeah,
type
he did-
of
he
thing
did
into
say,
the,
"Look at me,"
into the
that's right, I
camera.
think he
So
did,
I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but he said it in that tone,
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
very sudden. And
But I see Mark Hamill's some of the goofiness. I think he's
I
doing.
think he has we talked about this last season. He has the high pitches, and then he goes down.
Yes,
But like
that's
he's doing
Yeah.
a lot. I think he's because Heath Ledger's Joker had a lot of. I think he pulled some from like Clockwork Orange and stuff like that. So, and he has the downward kind of look about
Yeah.
him and the goofiness, and I don't know. I think and he's got that Jack Nicholson smile though, man. He's got that,
man, he's got the smile.
he's got
down.
that. He's got the whole facial thing going for him.
He does.
He doesn't need anything. So it's
And if you look at the
beautiful.
Yeah,
the roulette thing, the scene with the roulette gun, if you look at him shooting Greenwood just out of the blue, I mean, they were just
yeah.
that was very
perfect-
much Bob Gunn.
Yes. Yeah.
89 Batman. 89 Batman.
That's my
89
line.
Bat-
That's my
89
line.
Batman.
It's like, but there's several different, and I want to go back and watch it tonight. Hopefully, like I said, I was going to live tweet it. Hopefully, when I get back
Oh yeah.
the West Coast. But I just there's several moments in there, that you just didn't expect. Like Cory said, you wouldn't expect that in season 1, and you're like, I wish he would do. Wow, he did it,
Yeah.
and there,
Yeah.
and and that's what's so good. That was so good about the episode is you didn't see any of that coming.
Well, we had a little bit of a police shootout in the first season, but nothing.
Well,
like
we
this
had to
one.
wait till like mid-season to, I think, see really someone get blown away, and,
Right.
like, blood like
And that
this.
was Zaz, right? In the first,
this- I
in the
think
first
Zaz-
police
or-
shootout.
Yeah,
Was it Zaz? Or
Yes,
was
it was Zaz.
Butch killed his buddy in the car.
Oh, that was late
That
season.
later?
That was
That was
late.
late season.
So it was Zaz okay. So yeah, we had to wait forever. Now, I mean, this is
Second
I think
episode. We got cheerleaders
the cop that was halfway
doused
up
in
and he just,
gasoline.
I
and-
know
That was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
almost made you want to see it happen almost.
Now I don't know if you guys.
You're sick.
I think you might have
You're
read
sick,
it,
man, sick world, sick mind.
but
sick
what I thought about when he was wasting away all those cops was even though he did it by himself, but in Death of the Family, in Scott Schneider's book in New 52, he goes
Yes.
in there and
Ooh, that was a
just
really.
just
That
massacres
was like
the
the
police.
first. Was that not the first? Like,
It was when he first
Yeah,
returns.
first return.
and he doesn't have his face,
God, and you just see that.
and he
yeah.
he kills the lights.
Look
and
at
just-
it, find it.
Massacres, and you see the scene in the issue
Excuse me.
when the lights come back on. Everyone's dead except Gordon.
The best part-
It's ridiculous.
Gordon knows,
Crazy.
and Gordon says
That's all I thought about. I was thinking of that when he was just wiping those cops away.
Because I think like the light, something happens, and then Gordon like just knows.
Yes.
He's like, oh God, like he
It's
just
Joker,
knows.
and he's going back there to get his mask, his
Yeah.
face back from the Gotham Police Department.
Pretty awesome,
Read it.
guys.
Read it. New 52, Scott Schneider. It's awesome.
Read it
Wow.
and enjoy it.
Wow. Yeah. And
Don't let somebody-
yeah,
no.
Barbara in the alley there. And you said something interesting, Cory, about the big maniac there. You said I wonder
A goose. I don't know.
if he'll become Killer Croc, is what you said.
Oh, okay. During the that's true.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's a big
I don't know
dude.
who he was,
He was
in
like-
season 1,
Ow.
but it was interesting how big he is, and he
I
just
think
takes
that was
pain
the
like
goat
that.
guy.
I don't know. I thought
Spirit
they
of the
killed
Ghost?
that
Spirit
guy
of the
for some
Goat?
reason. Now that I think about it,
Tweet us at After Gotham
if you have an insight,
to let us know
Yeah.
because we have forgotten. We have
Excuse me,
forgotten.
guys.
We are bad hosts.
there's a little tickle.
Bad hosts.
Wait. I think you're the host.
Well, you're on the red couch of
we're the
know-it-alls.
guests.
So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Batman,
We
Batman
saw
tie clasp.
we saw some Ed. We saw no Penguin in this episode. No Penguin.
You're right.
We did see some Ed, And Ed has decided to ask out Kristen Kringle, but he fails miserably in that attempt. He tells that factoid about houseflies hum in the key of F. But then he's talking more to Mirror Ed, who is this confident, smooth character. He seems to be losing it much more now. Cory, what do you think?
In front of people and stuff.
What do you think about the mental stability of old Edward?
I wish it would happen already. I wish she would. Right now and it's kind of what we discussed I think from season 1 was we just want him to kind of start, and he kind of, I guess, in a way has started that, but I like where it's going. It's progressing quickly, which is nice. But I don't know which one, or if not a combination of both, is going to be Riddler, or whoever he's going to be before. Because, I mean, if it's possible to have a Joker before the Joker, he could very well turn. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be. Hopefully, he won't be part of the police department the whole time. Hopefully, he ends up leaving, or something happens, and he starts doing a little bit of mischief, which I think would stuff here and there. Nothing. I don't think he'll ever be brought to light. Maybe later on, but I don't know. Yeah. I like it. I like what they're doing with it. And, I mean, him and Jerome right now are like, and the Bruce stuff is just awesome. I love all of it.
Let's talk about the Bruce stuff. He fired Alfred.
You fired.
Yeah, you fired. You thought after... yeah, got to do that.
Good? All right.
Yeah, that's good. You thought after maybe he calmed down when Alfred packed his bags, would have been like, okay, but no, he sent him off. Caught him at the train station.
What was that? What'd you say?
I said, bye.
You said, bye. Oh, okay.
I said, don't let my giant door hit you in the ass.
Yeah.
On the way out. Can you make me a sandwich before you go?
After
Be
50,
nice.
after whatever, how many years I have this little bag and this little umbrella. That's all I got in my name.
All my possessions.
That would
I should have asked for a raise.
Hilarious. He would have came to the train station, sat down, and said, "Where's the bread?
I'm hungry. I can't reach the cookies you put on top of the refrigerator.
Oh no, he goes.
Where's the step ladder?
I'm gonna poop, and I need to be wiped. I really thought I could do it, and I can't.
I'm out of $100 bills.
Okay, well,
in which to wipe my butt.
We'll go to the nearest bathroom.
I need you to release my trust fund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a wipe. Yes, I needed to release. Yeah, because for a second I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to say, okay, well, now I'm not your butler, now I'm your guardian, so now you can deal with that. And it was going to go this whole other route because he is, because you said that.
Legal guardian.
It's his legal guardian. How can you empower him? That's what I kind of thought he was going to be like.
But you know, it was, again, I think we mentioned something like this last week. That's something that almost would have lasted. Like, he would have, I feel like season 1, he would have left for like 5 episodes.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
But they resolved it.
Good job.
They moved on, and I thought it was a great lead-in to the Lucius Fox thing.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get to Lucius, I want to talk about this little talk that they had at the train station. Bruce said, "You're either with me or against me." And he says, well, of course I'm with you, Master Bruce. I failed you.
I'm with you.
I failed you.
Oh, there it comes. I knew it was
Why would you say that?
I failed you.
I failed you. I don't know what's for where I'm afraid.
I failed you. I missed that. I missed it.
I don't. So don't do that again.
Never. You have to do like a little hook.
Never.
Yeah, never. There you go.
Never.
Yeah, you're probably falling out of focus when you move up.
Everything happens, folks. Everything happens. This is live. This is live.
We get a little crazier when it's live. Or maybe it's the bourbon. But no, he said, "Well, of course I'm with you, Master Bruce." And he said, "Well," but he's like, "This is big boy stuff, and you're just knee high to a whatever grasshopper." And he's like, "Well, teach me. Teach me. You're a badass. Teach me." Now compare this to comics. Batman coming up, Bruce Wayne coming up to be Batman. Compare and contrast. Cite your sources.
Compare and contrast what?
500 words or less.
What the show to the comics?
Yes. Tell us how this is kind of different. I know we've touched on it.
Well, it's highly different because it sounds like he's going to actually train Batman. And that's something I remember we talked about at the beginning of last season. Like, wait a minute, he's got to leave. Because in the book, he leaves. He leaves, gets away from Gotham, understands the criminal underworld, understands what it means to be on your own and be very, very needy, almost live off the street. Trains under, several different incarnations, but mainly under the League of Shadows or the League of Assassins, under Ra's and all that stuff. So, but he learns all over the world how to fight, how to be Batman.
Even Zatanna. He learned Zatanna actually for a while. So,
and we talked about how he could still end up doing this when he's a little older.
Yeah, so it is early stages because he doesn't actually do that until he's 18 years old.
Yeah.
He actually leaves and then comes back around like 25-ish, something like that. He's away for like 7-8 years.
But his dad already has all that stuff down there, like bullets.
It's not his idea.
And the computer, so that's kind of interesting that your destiny.
It doesn't seem like he needs to leave ever.
Right, and I think I would be okay with that if they did some sort, like even more okay. I mean, I'm okay with it, but if they started doing Alfred flashbacks of stuff that he knows, like learn, like that. How much does he know? Because I don't really. Because if Alfred knows a bunch of different, I would kind of be more inclined. But we've only heard one, maybe two stories about how Alfred. He's a good fighter. I don't know whatever that guy's name was. But
we burn the jungle.
Yeah. So.
But clearly they're doing Jeff Johns' Earth 1 Batman. If you guys want to read it, Earth 1 Batman. I think Volume 2 just came out of it, but. It's this Alfred. He's
like MI6 or something.
He's a Secret Service or MI6 kind of guy. Very similar to I think what Jeremy Irons is going to be in Batman and Superman. But he's basically a badass. And not that he trained, but in Earth 1 he does train him a little because in the first part of Earth 1, that book, Jeff Johns, if you pick it up, Bruce is like. As Batman suit, like swinging off and like just falling down, and he's getting beat up. So then Alfred kind of trains him a little bit better and makes him better.
Wasn't he the bodyguard for a while? And then he was like, "I need you to stay and watch." There was some, I don't know if it was a comic or what, but Mr. Wayne literally told him to stay and like watch Alfred or something like that while they went because he knew he was gonna perish. I don't know. I feel like I read that somewhere.
But yeah, so let's get to the Lucius Fox part at the bar. Alfred goes and he tells him a famous Alfred story, right? And this is all basically to assess Lucius, to see if he's Lucius.
I know, I kept wanting to go, I'm sorry, but you're saying it wrong. You're saying
the middle part a lot.
Pan?
Lucius.
I'm sorry, you're saying Pan? The whole Pan dilemma?
Basically to see if he could trust him or not. And turns out he can. So I think this is great. I think people are loving the fact that Lucius is in it. Morgan Freeman, obviously very popular from Dark Knight trilogy.
Yes, he was.
So what do you think? Popular. This fixing of the computer is going to be an all-season thing? Or is this also going to be something that gets on this new fast track of Gotham?
I think...
yes, that motion.
I
think it'll linger. It sounds like a mid-season.
A mid-season.
Never know now, man.
Up. Know. He hooks it up, and then we cut to the holidays.
Windows 95. Jeez, how old? Dad never updated this thing.
Didn't this show have a huge hiatus?
No.
Last time?
It was about 4 months or so.
That's a long time.
Could be.
Yeah. Okay. I remember we did. I think we were off the air for a while.
Right.
Last year, a lot.
Right.
For a while. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to linger that long.
Linger.
Right.
Come on, guys. I will reference.
But that was a great. That was a great scene.
Guess all my references. I'll give you a prize.
I was very impressed with that scene. That was very good.
Yes, I agree.
Right.
You out of topics?
No. I'm just I've got this is new because normally I watch the episode twice, digest it, type out notes. Now I'm like watching it live. I'm like just this and that.
Well, I'll bring up something.
Please.
Did anybody miss the Penguin?
I didn't miss him just because this was the best episode of Gotham ever.
Yeah.
However, Robin Lord Taylor, if you're watching, and I know you are, I hope to see you back. We saw you in the first episode. I hope to see you back in the third episode. Now, this is a 3-episode arc. These are all called Rise of the Villains, ... You know, we had the last one, Damned If You Do. This one is Knock Knock. You know, the next one, I forget what the next one's called, but they're all Rise of the Villains, : so I feel like next episode we're really going to see a lot more. Well, we saw the preview. You know, we're going to see the old man from Breaking Bad. Back on there. And then I think it's going to be Penguin's time to shine.
The old man from Breaking Bad. I don't watch Breaking Bad, so you have to use a different one.
The other one is
it
Ventura.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Satan. It's a Shikadam.
Which he looks exactly like him still.
Mr. Shikadam.
After all these years.
He's aging well. He's aging well.
No, I didn't. I mean, unfortunately, I didn't miss the Penguin. Like, I almost forgot that he wasn't. Yeah. I actually was sitting here realizing, wait a minute, he wasn't even in that episode.
Yeah.
You know, so
you know what's funny is it's Rise of the Villains, but it's all. Well, it is all villains from last season, but it's not who we were ultimately teased with. Before there was Catwoman. Before there was Poison Ivy. Before there was Penguin. Before there was Two-Face. Riddler. You know, maybe later. Now it's Rise of the Villains. Joker.
It's the guys that are expendable.
The Expendables. Well, two of them already died.
Correct.
You know.
Well, then the Mask last week.
Right. So three of them.
Yep.
Have already died. Yeah. So ultimately, it's coming down to being the Joker show, the Jerome show.
It is.
I think we're all right.
To say this, I will say, Penguin in the first episode is the Penguin that I was looking for.
Absolutely.
I think I mentioned it last one, but he's finally. I hope he stays that way. I don't want him ever to go back to this.
Does anyone miss Fish?
Oh, Fish who?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just gone.
I mean, you know.
Just gone.
Yeah.
Fish.
But
Not on the show anymore.
So.
Well, I was going to say, Rise of the Villains.
Fishing for. Yeah.
You don't have to show Penguin because technically he's already risen.
He is risen.
He's running Gotham, so he's the king of Gotham.
the king of Gotham.
I want to wrap this note falling out of my. What else is in there? I want to wrap up this show with a thing that I just saw from BuzzFeed. Hold on, let me find it real quick. It is the Gotham drinking game, and I want to share this with everyone. If you go to, if you follow us on Twitter at After Gotham, we favored this, and I'll actually retweet it too. Take a sip when you see the Gotham skyline. That could happen a lot. Someone is dramatically silhouetted against the clock in Barbara's apartment. That's probably not. That's more of a season 1 drinking game. Harvey is interrupted while eating. I could see that. Harvey Bullock.
Yeah.
Jim slips into his growly Batman voice.
When Jim talks out of the side of his mouth, which I don't think he's really done.
Oswald looks 100% done with everyone, which does happen. Yeah. Now, take 2 sips when Oswald fixes his bangs on camera. Selena pops out of somewhere she's not supposed to be. She's very cat-like, so she's often perching on things. Bruce is surrounded by paperwork, crime paperwork. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alfred does something James Bondish and reminds you that he's really in charge. That happens sometimes.
Like bust up the computer.
Yeah. A future or current villain expresses their admiration of Jim Gordon. Sure. Harvey is right, but Jim doesn't listen. Now, it goes on. It goes on, folks. Finish your drink. When Ed Nigma finds a case-breaking clue and gets 0 credit for it. Again, season 1, you'll be tanked. Ivy Pepper creeps you out in a big way. She's not in a whole lot of season 1. Let's see. What else? Ed sneaks into the mortician's lab to do weird stuff. Again, season 1, yeah. Lots of stuff there. Barbara makes a bad choice. Any bad choice. Now, it is not wearing pants equal a bad choice? I don't think so.
That would have been a good one, but not.
Yeah, Mama Penguin shows up. Yeah, and it goes on. So anyway, that is the Gotham drinking game. Please drink responsibly at home. Don't be watching Gotham and driving your car and playing the drinking game because that just sounds like all types of bad. But yeah. Final thoughts on the season so far. I know we're only 2 in, but wow.
I think it's off to a great start.
What do you think? Like I said, this 3-episode arc is going to wrap up next Monday. What do you think is going to happen?
Ultimately, I don't think Jerome's going to die, so I think he'll probably get caught, thrown back into Arkham. I have a feeling everybody else is going to die, besides Barbara. Maybe I think Barbara probably still will be alive, but
Ensign died. We didn't even talk about that. She died.
Yes. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, she was a good cop.
Does that mean Bullock's going to be the new captain?
No,
maybe.
Now she was commissioner. She became
I'm
commissioner.
pretty sure she was commish.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
For a
they're
second,
bring
as he,
another
like,
commission. Are they going to bring
Gordon-
Lowe? Are they going to bring Lowe back? Oh,
No.
Oh my
Probably
gosh, that would
Yeah, I
just be
know.
like, yeah.
No, I think ultimately it's just going to be. It seemed like the previews, the big showdown. We see a little bit of Joker gas, maybe.
Something.
That, or I thought Scarecrow. That might be fear toxin. I thought Scarecrow might be coming back.
Well, maybe.
Because he's another one of those
People
villains who
working
was
with
introduced in season 1.
Is he in Arkham? No. Yeah, is he in Arkham? He's strapped
Well, he
to the
died.
bed.
But his son.
No, his son. Yeah.
Yeah, his son.
The son was, I think, just in the hospital because
Yeah.
Yeah.
he got really.
Oh yeah, he was wigging.
Yeah, he saw the Scarecrow.
Yeah, saw
Which
the
was really
Scarecrow,
cool.
So, yeah, it was. So,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
We'll
Fear
see.
toxin, Smilex gas, or whatever you're going to call it. We'll find out. We'll find
Ace
out.
Chemicals.
Brand
chemicals.
X.
Brand.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Love that Joker.
Love that Joker.
Right.
That's all I have.
Well, that'll do it for this first live broadcast, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Yeah, I hope it
on,
worked.
Yeah, on a successful live
Good job,
broadcast.
everybody.
Yeah,
Behind the
thanks.
scenes.
Yeah,
Thanks
we
to
want to
Anthony.
recognize our people behind the scenes,
Sarah.
Anthony Gilmy and Sarah Algram back here, making it work for us and pressing the buttons and doing all the goodness here to make us look good. Thank you all for tuning in. Follow us at After Gotham. Subscribe to the show, youtube.com/21network. There is a After Gotham playlist. We're also on Facebook. We're on the Periscope. We were Periscoping before the show was on.
We were.
Lots
We
of fun interacting with you fans there as well. So, until next week, I'm Chad Perkins telling you to stay frosty.